This your boy Heartless coming back to you live with another one. So today is going to be a real quick video. Well, not a quick video, just me talking. It's going to be quick. But this is in regards to Prosperity Gem Ventures and the refund process and the headache that we've been going through. They put out an AMA, and this is pretty much so you can listen to what's been going on, what's happening, and all the countless missed dates and the frustration that we've all been going through. So I guess they finally did an AMA to um, say what he's been going through, what he's been doing, and also this is going to tell you pretty much the gist of it is he said Monday we'll get everything, but I don't count on that. But we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and put the AMA on here so you can listen to the whole thing, and here you go.
Is asking, do you really have funds available with you to do refunds? If
So,
yes, then why are you delaying? If no, what is the issue and what are you planning?
okay, so to answer that question properly, yes, I do have funds that are available, but I don't have access to all the funds at one time. I don't have access to enough to refund everybody right now at one time. So basically, the exchanges that I was using originally, this goes back to when I started up the original contract. That's when we started actually putting funds into that exchange. And basically, because in reality, to be truthful, I over leveraged. Just the amount of, first off, I didn't expect for there to be as many users as there was that came on. As everybody knows, we grew really quick, and it was just over leveraged. So the amount of funds that I was actually putting in to these exchanges was a lot of funds. And then on top of that, when you're trading those funds then turn into more. And when you go to withdraw from an exchange, especially if you're talking about a centralized exchange, you can have issues with being able to withdraw all those funds at one time. So when it comes to that, I do have access to funds, but not all of them. So what I'm doing is taking out a bit at a time as I'm able to. Now, pertaining to the wallet, because I know this question is going to get answered, so I just want to get this out the way. The reason I haven't put out an announcement or shared the actual wallet addresses is because the last thing I want is for everybody to go and try to report this wallet or go to find out what exchange, where's this certain wallet, and start reporting, and then cause it to be more delays and just hurt things even more. So that's
Mhm.
the reason I haven't done that. I've seen that happen in prior projects, and I've
Gotcha.
witnessed it myself. So hopefully, if I didn't answer it correctly, just let me know and I'll answer more.
All right, let's keep going here. When is the realistic timeline you will be opening USDC, and will you be able to open up USDC? I'm guessing he means at all.
Yes. So realistic time frame for USDC. My it's hard for me to give an exact and I do this, and that's been I have to admit it's been my mistake, is giving an exact time frame. And I think it's been more based on me just getting pressured by everybody. I told you in our chat earlier, I've been getting a lot
Hmm.
of threats. My family's been getting threats, my wife and things like that, so it's put a lot of pressure on me. But realistically, we're looking at either tomorrow or the following day. That's when it will be. I can't It'll be between tomorrow the following day when the USDC contract goes back on. And the reason why is, and why, I want everybody to understand that's listening or recording, is that as soon as we cut the USDC contract back on, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a flood, okay? A flood of harvesting. We're going to have a flood of exit gem hunt. So I have to make sure that there's enough funds in that contract to be able to cover all that, or the contract's going to go right to zero within a matter of an hour. Okay, it's just like you have bank runs where people go to the bank and try to take out all their funds, and you know the funds aren't all there to be able to take out at once. Same
Right.
concept. All right, I can't. So I have to make sure I have enough funds in there to be able to cover everyone. If not, it's going to hit zero and it's just going to cause more panic.
Right, right. And we saw that a little bit when people realized the 60-day window hit, and then the last 20,000 that was left in the USDC contract went to like less than 200 in like a matter of
Well,
an hour.
the reason that happened, I'm gonna explain. The reason that happened was because we reset the refund time to 60 days. Okay, so
Okay.
what happened is some individuals actually hit their 60 days and went ahead and exit GemHunt. So
Yep.
that's where that last, I believe, 50K went off the contract because we had a few people that already had passed it 60 days.
hmm Okay. Let's keep going. Rob asks, "Do you have funds to refund all 1,000?" Okay, so you've asked that. But he's asking about. All right, so actually, I'm gonna take over this question for you, Rob. I'm sure you're gonna appreciate it. So, Manny, this is gonna be a big sticking point, and I think everybody wants to know this. What is the day of the snapshot? Because me and you have had our talk, obviously, about March 12th. There's been February 17th, you've pointed out to me. Other people have said they've been told February 12th. So, from you to everybody, what is the day that you're using for the snapshot?
Uh, can you be more the snapshot for?
Like, what day are you cutting off compounding for people? What is the hard cutoff date so that people know once and for all what's the date that you have on your
Okay, so
snapshot?
so for that let me can we can I answer that here in a minute because I have that and basically what happened with that are if you're talking about the BSC USDT, the Polygon and the Tron contract
Yep.
as far as the reinvestment function,
Mm-hmm.
is that what you're okay,
Yes.
so let's go ahead and talk about that since I'm on here to get everybody understanding. So when we shut off the contract, yes, originally we told people that they could go ahead and continue using the reinvest function. The reason why is because we were still using some of those funds to continue trading with. So it was still generating. There was still flow, income getting generated. So, but after I believe the exact date, and I don't have it on me because I don't want to I believe Pocket Aces posted a announcement in the Discord group, and that announcement wasn't fully put out correctly. And the goal behind that was to tell people, look, can you please stop using the reinvestment function? Okay, because on a smart contract, even though you're using that function, it's if you look at the transaction, it's a zero transaction. It's just a computerized transaction. There's no real, there's no real funds in the actual contract as far as it, it's computerized. So even if that's why if you look at the reinvest transaction, you'll see zero on there. As to where if you put in a deposit, that would show up actual funds getting deposited into the contract. Now, the date that we what we have, and let me just open it up here so I can answer this question. I got to open up.
I'm looking at it
Yeah.
right now. The announcement that you linked back to me was from February 17th, 2023 at 12:24 p.m. At everyone, as you have all been seen, contract links, etc., have been removed. We have enjoyed an amazing run of reinvest, but I think it's time we give the contract a break and allow refunds to finish. We cannot stop the 2% from accumulating as it's built into the contract, but everyone says they want to thank Creator for all his efforts and get him gift, etc. The best way we can thank him right now is to be thankful for how much we have compounded over the past few weeks and give contract a break, et cetera, et cetera. You guys all remember that. So just to be
Right.
clear, that is the date. That is the date.
Okay.
Correct?
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to give you the exact date that I have because everything is on a Google Sheet. So
Of
from the
course.
time we put that on the Google Sheet, that's the amounts that are showing up for each user. So that's why I wanted to pull that up to give you that exact date. But we can move on,
Okay.
and while we're answering other questions, I'll come back to that while I
All
pull
right.
it up here.
Sounds good, brother. Sorry, I'm getting out of the PGV Discord. Let's go back down to AMA questions. Uh Okay, so Gully's asking, at least you have some amount left to let the bot make some profit. Tell us the truth, please. Okay, so he's asking about the bots, and that's another good question. So,
Right.
are there bots, Manny? Because we've obviously, I'm sure you've seen, we've all seen, there are conflicting reports that you don't have any bots and that you're just straight manual trading, doing longs and shorts and stuff with,
Uh,
various amounts of
I,
leverage.
yeah, I have there's no as far as the trading goes, there is trading bots. Yes. We have. I mean, I can sit here and give you. Again, I could spend half a day putting together and giving you all of the as far as the trades themselves, and
Hmm.
what the trading bot actually was able to do. So that was originally when we were using a centralized exchange. And
Okay,
that's, again, we wanted to move away from that because of the limitations of being able to take out from those exchanges. Because
gotcha.
again, because it over leveraged, we couldn't take out everything at once, which again, it caused a big thing to where we can't, I mean, we can only do so many refunds at one time. I can't, and it just caused a big issue. So that's the reason why we wanted to move over to decentralized, to where you're not limited to that point where you can't pull out pretty much what you want.
Hmm. So, follow up to that. I'm not an investor of the Gymbot AI bots, but there are several dozen people in here who paid the $100, and those bots exist, right? The Gymbot AI bots exist.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Okay, and okay,
So,
good.
and again, this is, it's, I completely understand, but I can say that these, a lot of this has been, when it comes to the Gembot AI, a lot of this, and again, I'm sorry, I call it FUD, is because of the delays. Now, the reason for delays is because of the scammers. We had somebody, and it shouldn't have been done this way. That was my mistake, but payments were accepted for the subscriptions on a smart contract. Well, when they had to submit the subscription payments, you have to also enter your email. So the smart contract has everybody's email on the smart contract, which is open source. It's anybody can go there and download the whole database from all the emails and put it in a mass emailer and send out a mass email to everybody, which is exactly what happened. So these, I got a lot of people sending me different screenshots saying that they received an email that, one was that I guess Manny ran out of funds, or it was PGV Creator ran out of funds or took off with the funds. It's all kinds of different emails that have been going out to a lot of individuals, and it's just all nonsense because we never sent those emails out. That those emails did not come from us.
Okay.
So the
Uh,
delay was that now we had to integrate. My tech team had to integrate a payment processor, which will be on the inside of the platform to protect users, so that way their personal emails aren't getting thrown all over the place and getting used to for whatever they're getting used for, for marketing purposes. So that's what we
mhm.
wanted to do. We wanted to get rid of the smart contract aspect of it for subscription payments and just add the a payment processor, an actual payment processor.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, I have the next three questions are all more or less the same. They're all asking basically proof of funds. Now, you and me covered that like 3 minutes ago, but I think what they want is more like, and obviously you discussed why you don't feel you can share the wallet address or the smart contracts necessarily, but would you be willing to share like a screenshot of funds, sitting in a wallet like GUI type of deal, like on MetaMask, for example, without necessarily doxing the wallet you're using, just so people have some visual aid verification that the funds exist?
I'd be willing to, yeah, I'd be willing to share a screenshot. But again, if everyone wants me to share a wallet, if that's what people are wanting, I don't want to do that right now because again, if first thing that's going to happen, guaranteed, you're going to have people just going and reporting, and it's going to hold things up even longer. If something happens because of that, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
able to take those funds out for whatever reason, it's only going to hurt everybody more.
Oh yeah,
And
of
it's
course,
going to
of
just
course,
put more strain on me, and then it's going to make it harder for me to even do anything at that point.
of
So
course.
that's what I didn't want to happen. It's happened in multiple platforms. So, and that's the one thing I don't want to happen. But
So okay, but
screenshots,
you
yeah, be willing to share
okay?
screenshots, yes.
So you would be willing to share a screenshot? All right, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let me keep going. All right, so Tom
And the
F.
only reason
Jones.
and that's nothing. The only reason I didn't share screenshots either is because I actually did share a screenshot with an individual where first thing he told me was, "Oh, it's a fake screenshot." So I start sharing that, and then you have people that are still going to say it's a fake screenshot or it's not
I
real,
I
or
don't think I don't think you're gonna win 100% with people. You know, things
well, yeah,
haven't
yeah.
gone well. I don't, you know, you would agree things haven't run smoothly the last 2 months, but I think it would go a long way for everybody if they could at least see a screenshot of the funds. Even if you don't want to dox the wallet, that's fine. But a lot of people just want to see that there is money that can be used for refunds. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Hey, if you have your mic unmuted, mute it now. Don't don't do that. All right. Tom F. Jones says, if you do indeed refund people, how are you determining how much? From which date are they being refunded? So we covered the date. So yeah, that is a good question he's asking. And I think the reason he's asking that is because from some of the on-chain refunds that have been done over the past like week and a half, 2 weeks, there's been like different varying amounts. Some people have gotten like 55%, some people have gotten 65% of
Well,
their
yeah,
live contract balance.
you have to also remember that some based upon how much funds they had in there,
Hmm.
and how many times they use that reinvestment function, that's gonna
Hmm.
everybody's gonna be different. You're not gonna have everybody at, let's say 20%, or because everybody, if you have someone who used the reinvestment function 20 times and somebody else used it 30, I mean
Hmm.
it's gonna be different. So not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be at a set. We go off the date that we put it on the Google sheet, and
Okay.
that's what we're because everything I had a few individuals help me with that. Go and grab
Hmm.
all of the wallets and all of the amounts, and we put everything on a Google sheet.
Hmm. Okay. And I
Yeah.
would be
So
remiss if I didn't bring this up. This is a bit of a question. I'm going to push you on it, but a lot of people are going to wonder why I didn't ask this if I don't. So
okay.
obviously, because of the bit of a miscommunication, like you were saying about how you announced the snapshot, a lot of people took that announcement from Pocket Aces as a, like, you can still reinvest if you want, but thank him by not doing it. And so a lot of people, myself included, continued to reinvest for a little less than a month, only to find out that the $100+ spent on gas fees no longer, matters essentially, which just eats into whatever
Well,
refund we
I
get
mean
back.
that's if we're
So,
talking about gas fees. I mean, just imagine how much I've spent in gas fees
oh no,
sending
no, no.
refunds
I get it.
out.
I get it. I get it, man. I'm just like, I just had to mention it because there are people that spend like hundreds of dollars on gas fees because of the way the contract works. So it just had to be brought up. That's all.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
and I understand that. I mean, like I said, we've sent out thousands of refunds. That's, like I said before, that's a reality. Through all those, I mean, I don't have the exact number on me, but there's been a lot of funds spent just in gas fees sending out those transactions.
gotcha. Let's keep going. By the way, if you guys feel like your question's not being answered, it's because it's kind of already been covered. redundancy. Crypto King says, what was it about when you said all funds are in and set and available not long ago? So was this a lie to calm everyone down since you just said the majority of the funds are still on the SEX? Ah, yes. So he is referring to a
Yeah. So
video
yeah,
you did, and
correct.
now in the
Yeah.
latest video, yeah.
Yeah, I can
Go
address
ahead.
that. So
Go ahead.
right. So basically, when we and I put out, I don't know if you remember, but I put out announcements on this. I told everybody an announcement that we had funds in an exchange, and I submitted for a withdrawal. And I was waiting because I wasn't, like I said, it's limited. I wasn't able to take out the funds I wanted to take out from the exchange, and I used multiple exchanges, so I wasn't able to take out the funds from that exchange. And when I submitted for the withdrawal request, they basically went into a pending phase where it didn't go directly, the amount didn't go directly instantly into the wallet. It went into a pending phase. And then basically from there, it went into a proof phase where basically it was going to get sent out to me. Well, I was
Mhm.
told that I was going to get it on this specific time. So I made announcements off of my own excitement, saying, "Hey, look, it's here. I have it." You know, and even though, and that's again, that was something I shouldn't have done, because I should have waited for the funds to actually be in the wallet before I actually started putting out an announcement, because I was told that it was going to be there at the specific time or within this time frame. Okay, so that's kind of how that worked. But again, as I stated earlier, we do have a lot of funds to be able to continue doing out refunds, which is what I'm going to be doing today. And I don't, again, going back to what I said, over the last couple of days, I really spent more time, to be honest, just kind of moving my family around because I've been getting a lot of threats.
Yep.
That's just the reality. I have people threatening my wife, and it's been kind of crazy. I'm not going to get into all the details, but yeah, there's been a lot of threats and a
Yeah.
lot of bad stuff
And
going on. So
And I do just want to correct the record for everybody. I've said this multiple times. This group, Prosperity Truth, it was never secret, not even from day one. I told Manny it existed in a roundabout way. I invited Pocket Aces. You'll all remember you got to ask him questions before he left. I extended an invitation to all of the admins in PGV. So, like, this Discord was never private. It was always meant to be just a safe haven so that people could voice concerns, and not get timed out in PGP. So that
right.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and I just want to throw something in there before any other questions. The reason
mhm.
that the chat right now is closed is more for personally, it's more for the admins, because the admins have had to, obviously, I mean, that's what they're there for, but they're kind of, again, frustrated as well. So I just wanted to give them some time to cool off and not have to really focus on everything while I go ahead and do what I have to do.
Mhm. All right.
Whether
Let me.
that's right or wrong in people's eyes, that's just my reason why I did it.
Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next question here. Uh, If the intention was to go back to the date of the February 17th announcement, why did you refund the full amount to a lot of users and even post a video where you showed people basically getting the live contract amount when refunding? So basically he's
Right.
asking
I did
about
a video. Yeah.
he's asking about inconsistencies basically.
Right. So I did do a video. I remember I did do that video. That's where I showed the Tron contract. I was showing how we went to the Tron contract and how we were going to go ahead and do the refunds. Okay.
Right.
But then looking at going back, and that's very true. I can't sit here and say it's not true. We did send out some refunds. It's mainly I was more on the Tron side. We did send out some refunds, and even on the BSC a little bit, but was more on the Tron side. We sent out some refunds that were for the full amount on the contract. And
Mm-hmm.
that was honestly a mistake, because, again, looking at the amount of funds that we have and the time that we stopped generating anything for those contracts, It's like if you stop generating and you stop trading and for for with these funds, and they're no longer generating, but you have this contract that's still going and generating. I mean, where the heck are those funds going to come from? I mean, they're not going to come from thin air. We have to, so looking back at everything and then having my team go through that and look at that and the amount and what we have left to refund, we had to say, look, this is not, we can't, that's not the way we should have been doing it. And that wasn't, it wasn't a, we're not talking about it was 1,000 people or it was, 500-600 people, because again, we were refunding from the get-go. So
Okay.
the people that we were refunding from the beginning, once we stopped the contracts, yeah, those people obviously got directly from the contract itself. We had over, I believe, I don't know how many thousands of people got a refund from the actual contract before we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
So again, that's again.
I do
Yeah,
I do have a follow up to that. And that's only because, again, like, another question that people are going to get pissed if I don't mention. There were people that posted testimonials. I'm thinking of one specific user. I'm not going to name them, of course, who basically said that they got their full live contract balance from you, and rumors of them messaging you and basically, getting special treatment, et cetera, et cetera. So could you confirm to us, has any user received an exception, special treatment, et cetera, or no?
There has been, there has been a few that have, I wouldn't call it special treatment. I mean, there has been a few individuals that reached out to me prior. This was even in the beginning, where basically they messaged me and they said that these, and a lot of these were people that I didn't even have when I looked on the sheet. I didn't have them there. So I don't know if they didn't fill out the form or what it was, but yeah, there was some people that messaged me, and I did get them squared away with what we had on the amounts on the contract.
Okay.
But this was, but how far are you talking back? This is not recent. This is prior.
I mean, this is probably like beginning of this month, maybe a hair longer than that. So, I don't have the timelines in front of me, but again, this is just something I had to bring up.
Nobody got special treatment. Anybody who got it should have got what what we have on the Google sheet. And if they weren't on the Google sheet or they didn't fill out the form, then obviously we put them on there, and then we look up the amount. And again, we have to go back and subtract from the date.
Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to Pocket Aces, just filling him in on what's going on.
I'm not sure. I hear somebody. I don't know who's somebody's.
Oh yeah,
hey,
guys, whoever has their mic unmuted, you're like 10 seconds from a ban. Like, everybody should have their mics muted. Seriously. Not cool. Not cool, guys. Just 1 second. Let me just invite Pocket Aces so that he can come in and at least listen in. Okay. Right, back to AMA questions. Where was I? Right? Who's that? Can you mute your mic, Glitch? Or I'm gonna have to kick you. Please. Please and thank you. Oh, God. I hate people sometimes. Why can't you people follow directions? Mods, can you make sure you're taking care of this? I can't do two things at once. I gotta read questions, please. Right, let's keep going. Why is it you keep referring to a team that works with you, but when you miss your deadlines, your excuse is sort of you are the only one doing all of these refunds yourself? So which is it? You have a team, or you are by yourself doing all of these refunds?
Well, I'm by myself as far as doing the refunds, sending out, yes, because I don't trust anybody else with the funds. I mean, when we're talking about this much funds, obviously, I'm not going to. There's no way I'm going to trust anybody. I mentioned that before because if I give somebody access, even let's say, okay, look here, I give you 500K worth, and I'm going to put it in this wallet, and you're going to refund this amount of wallets. If they decide to take off, well, then I'm screwed. So as far as the refunds goes, I'm by myself. That part, yes, 100%. But as far as other things, as far as helping, I do have a tech team. I do have other people that help me. Um, Obviously, outside of the admins, for other things outside of refunds. But as far as sending out refunds, yes, I'm by myself on that.
Okay. Hey, who's doing that? Who's making that noise? Seriously, people, come on! Can't believe me, people. You really can't follow directions. There you are, and you're getting muted. Sorry, got to follow directions. Is that not him? Really? Come on, guys. Mute your mics. And muted. There we go. Right. I think we'll just do it. What do you think, Manny? Just a couple more? I think that's
I
fair
mean,
enough.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Question from Crypto Dino. And you're this is an easy one. If you really have funds for refunds, why not prove it to us by issuing 10 to 20 in the next couple of hours? Which is what you're going to be doing, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be sending out refunds. Yeah, but even if I stop doing a refund, even if I stop for an hour, I get people starting to message me saying, "Hey, you haven't refunded an hour. What's going on?" It's like, and I'm like, I have to eat, I have to shower. I also have a family. I have kids. I can't 24 hours a day. I can't refund. It's not possible for me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it would be for anybody, but yeah, more refunds are going to get sent out. More refunds are getting sent out today. Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to finish them out by the end of the day. That is my goal, to finish them out. But obviously, we'll see if we're not finished out, we'll be close. That's all I can really say.
Right. Husher asks, sorry if I just butchered your name, bud. You mentioned that you have reserved funds on a hardware wallet. Is this correct?
Yeah, I had reserve funds on a hardware wallet prior. Yes.
Those funds are
Correct.
used up. Yeah, okay.
Those happen. Yeah, because again, going back to even after we stopped the contract, this is what people just don't. I don't understand how. Like when we stopped the contract, everything for like the trades they were going generating, but there was no longer funds being pumped into for more trades. So obviously, if that's not happening, then everything else has to get pulled and has to get used for refunds and has to get sent out. There's no doubt that there's been millions worth of refunds sent out. It's visible on the blockchain. Anybody can look it up on the blockchain and see that there's been millions of refunds sent out.
Okay. Aunt Dell asks, what happened to the batch script? And I assume he means the original batch, the original like 4 batch script contract that you talked about. You even showed in a couple videos. The one you said, but like it still sucked because you had to enter everything manually and it could only do like 10 or 12 at a maximum. I think he means like, how come you don't? I think his question is more like, how come you don't just use that one?
Yeah, those contracts. If you're talking about the original 3 that we put in the video for each contract, yeah, those there actually aren't limited, but we do have to enter in everything manually, one by one, and then including amounts, and then send it out per transaction per transaction. We don't know the full limits on them, but I believe the most that's been done on them is maybe, I don't know how, I want to say off the top of my head, maybe 7 or 8 at a time.
Okay, yeah, that lines up
But
with what I've heard.
as far as using them, we can still use them, yes. And that's what I believe I'm going to do, is use those. You're asking as far as any other contract, where I talked about there was a contract that was trying to be created to do out all the refunds in one time, one shot. I had 2 different tech teams that reached out to me personally, and said that they could help me, said that they could figure out a way to get all the refunds sent out at one time. I've even had people, that messaged me saying that just to create a contract, put funds on, and have everybody refund themselves. That'd be kind of hard to do because, again, what's going to read the amount that they're owed? That would just allow people to just pull out whatever they want. That wouldn't make sense. But as far as the contract that we were trying to create to have all refunds sent out at one time, we had 2 different tech teams that failed to do what they said they could do. And in the process, I believe in the process, I ended up losing somewhere like around 20,000 just messing with that.
Okay. So this next one's going to be a bit of a hard question, but it has to be asked. Can you give an admin here? He means one of your admins, not here. Can you give an admin here access to the bot so they can confirm it's real? I assume he means like you showing Pocket Aces or Arcane that the bots do in fact exist and are a real like product that is not only used by you for the contracts but also for the GemBot AI project.
I can give them access again once everything's set up. It's going to be, I'm not setting up everything on the inside. The bots aren't just where you just, it's set up inside of the platform. I don't know if who's ever asking this question knows about actual software tech, but it's inside of the platform. So my tech team is getting all the remaining integrations done, including login and everything else to go in the platform. So it's all integrated into the platform. This is not where, it's not where you just you download a bot and it's gonna work. That's not how it works. It's inside of a platform. So you're gonna actually log in, go inside, and there's gonna be video instructions and then setup, and you'll be able to connect that through API inside from the platform into your exchange.
Now, this brings me to the follow-up question I have that I have to ask. So, the bots you're running, could you tell us a little bit about them and like how are they different from, example, Shiny Jackal? I'm sure you've heard of them. They're one of the big boys in DeFi right now. Obviously, the bots they run over with Warfi run on like baby mode, so they basically are hard-coded in one setting to not lose by the way, in fact, that if they buy Bitcoin at 25 and it drops to 15, it will sit there indefinitely until Bitcoin goes back up to a price where it can sell at a profit, even if it takes a week.
Right.
So like how are your bots different from that? And I guess how would you say they're able to generate the high yields that you've marketed to people?
It hasn't really been marketed to people. I don't know what you mean by that, but it's just the proof that's been shared. The bots we originally were sharing. I don't know how long you were in the project, but originally we were actually sharing trading results. There's been times 20%, 30%. We've even had trades close at 200 and something percent.
Oh no, I've seen the trade. I've seen the trading results. I meant
as far as the bot, the way it works, the bot is similar. I don't know which project you were just I never heard of it. But either way, the way that the bots are set up, they're set up similar. What you just said, they're not going to lose on a trade. So if, let's say, Bitcoin goes down to 10,000, well, then it's going to stay in that trade unless you manually close it out. It's going to stay in that trade until it can actually profit. That's how the
Okay,
bot's set up
so it does use a
because you
safe
can't.
code. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it does. It does use a save code. It also comes with basically you do have to use trade. You will have to use TradingView. You'll have to
Hmm.
go ahead and use a. You'll have to have a TradingView account because you're going to have to input the pairs into TradingView, which is integrated with the bot. So that means that that's what's going to allow the bot to read what pairs it's going to basically trade in. So you
Okay.
have obviously your exchange you attach to API, but you also have a TradingView account where you're going to integrate all the pairs that the bot can actually trade in.
Okay. I guess let's do two more, and then I think we can call this. It's been almost an hour, and I'm sure everyone appreciates that you even did this. Crypto Dino asked, genuine, not being sarcastic. Okay, yeah. Doozy of a question for you, but I guess it does need to be asked. Why should any of us believe you when you've continually told us the same thing over and over again without delivering? Even if you have 30% of the funds able to send out, why not send out 50, yada yada? Okay, so he is asking a fair question, I guess, because a lot of deadlines have been broken, and you know, not throwing any blame around, but basically why should anyone believe what you're saying when things haven't gone smoothly, basically.
Um, to be honest, let me just make sure I'm on here.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
uh Not now, I can't.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So, to truthfully answer that question, I mean that's for me. In everyone's situation right now. If I'm being honest, I mean I would probably, if it was me, I probably wouldn't believe what person on the other side is saying, especially with all the delays. I mean, if I have to be honest,
Yep.
but I can't lie about that. There has been a lot of delays, and um, I don't. It's not that I've been trying to lie to anybody. It's more based on me trying to push to get it done. And I think it's just been me with the threats and the stress, just pushing to try to get it done in deadlines, which I obviously could not hit. So
Okay.
if you're asking why should you believe in me, I really don't know. I mean, I've been here for everybody. I would say that my only thing I could say was that I haven't run off. I haven't gone anywhere. I know I've haven't met on really none of the deadlines that I put out, which is my fault. I have to take responsibility for that. I have to admit to that. But
Mhm.
I would say that I haven't gone anywhere. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to get these refunds done. I have no intention of going anywhere or leaving or taking off or running and hiding anywhere. Because that's not who I am. I don't.
Okay.
That's just not who I am. So
No,
that's
I get
that's
you.
really all.
And I just want to say we do not condone any of the threats that you, your family, any of the admins, any of your employees have faced. That is not legal. That is not okay. Anybody who sent threats, not okay. Not okay. That is not the way to handle this. I've said that repeatedly. You know, there are other ways to go about it, many other avenues. So like, just no threats. I guess the last question. Would you be willing to share the Google sheet you have with myself or Pocket Aces or somebody, so that they can, verify, it for the community, or just share it publicly with the community?
Um, yeah, I can go ahead and make a copy of the actual Google sheet. Because I'm not gonna give the one I have. I'll make a copy of the one because if I give them access to the same one I have, they'll be
Yep.
able to mess it up. And it
Yeah.
only takes, I have everything marked in red that's been sent. So if one person messes it up, then I don't know where the heck I'm at.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, if you'd be willing to share that publicly with everyone, I think that would go a long way, just so they can see hard numbers and, take a look at what
Right.
they're getting. They can locate their wallet and all that, and that will really put a lot of the confusion to bed. You know what I mean? Now everybody will be wondering, what am I getting? What's the percentage? Oh no, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I can make a copy of the Google Sheet that I have at this time. The Google Sheet also, I will say this, and the Google Sheet was what, February? Yeah, February, the date that I believe it was in February, the beginning of the
17th,
date that we talked
February
about earlier.
17th.
Yeah, 17th.
Yes.
February 17th, around the time is when we actually created the Google Sheet. So prior to that, and I know I'm going to get this, guaranteed when I share the sheet, everyone's going to say, well, you said you sent out like over 7,000 refunds. Just please remember that we started sending out refunds prior to even creating the Google Sheet. So a lot of refunds, a lot of wallets that are on the Google Sheet aren't, some of them that aren't on the Google Sheet have already been refunded. Not every wallet from all three contracts is on the Google Sheet, because some of them have
Mhm.
already been refunded prior to
Okay.
creating the Google Sheet.
Alrighty, that's fine. We do have one more. I apologize, Manny. This will be the last one, though, guys. No more questions. Like I said, it's been just about an hour now. I'm sure Manny wants to go take care of refunds and other things, and I have other things I have to take care of this morning. So Crypto Kate asks, can you please get a final and realistic deadline for refunds? Referring to you. So yeah, Manny, what is the most realistic deadline for getting refunds 100% done that you can give people?
If I have to say 100%, every single user that's left to refund,
Yep.
I would say Monday, fully, because we also have a lot of individuals um, that aren't on the Google Sheet. We've already gotten support messages and all kind of stuff. So there's gonna be people that are gonna afterwards say that I didn't get my refund, and we're gonna have to go back and look through all the support tickets and all that stuff, and then figure
So,
out who didn't get the refund as well. So
so
I would say with everything,
just to confirm, that's Monday the 27th, correct?
that is Monday. Let me just double check because I don't want to say anything and then.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure we have the correct information out there for everybody.
Yes, Monday the 27th.
Alrighty. Sounds good. I apologize for interrupting you. Finish what you were saying?
And please remember as well. I just want to state this. I post this a lot because it's AST time. The reason I say that is because you have people that stay in, for example, Australia, where their time is way ahead of AST time. So
Hmm.
if it's Sunday, it could be Monday there. So everybody's on a different time zone. So some people's Sunday may be someone else's Monday. So just to be again clear on that.
Okay. All right. I guess that wraps it up, folks. This AMA has been recorded by a couple people, so everything me and Manny discussed, all the questions and answers, it's all gonna be shared, I'm sure, in an audio file for everyone to peruse and listen back and comment and critique, et cetera, et cetera. I hope that this at least alleviated some of the concerns. I know it alleviated some of mine, and Manny, I guess at some point, if you could just make sure you share the Google Sheet. That way, everybody can have access to that, and a snapshot of like the wallet funds, like in picture form. That way, again, everybody can just look at that and just know that everything is kosher, basically.
Okay, I have no problem doing that. I will have that
Alrighty.
done before the end of today.
There you go, everybody. You heard it first. He's gonna have both of those things by the end of today, and everyone can just look at the hard data. Right. Thank you, everybody. This is gonna be the end. I hope I hope, like I said, I hope that took care of everything for everybody, or at least a little bit.
All right, thank you. I will again. I will be continuing to do what needs to be done to get this get through this refund process.
Right.
All right, we will talk soon. Thanks for having me on.